would not be something we would have done.
So no, really. So anyway, the thing is that whenever the first time I knew him from the earlier years in high school was whenever he started. He was like a little monster. He just thought he thought he was cool.
He still does. Fake.
And then when we went on our first date, I mean, he was just so quiet and just so.
I was humbled.
He was humbled.
It's like going to jail.
So he was a little slower, so I had to make sure I moved things along a little bit.
Slower.
He was a gentleman. I can say that then.
All right, let's not get graphic. I just ate.
There wasn't anything. I just put my hand on his knee.
I know. Let's not get graphic. I just ate, and I don't want to, lose it. Okay.
The rest is history. Air Force recruiter called my buddy up. We'd both taken the ASVAB in high school. And the Air Force recruiter was making his phone calls, obviously, called my buddy up. Said, hey, bring a friend with you. So he brings me, and he starts telling me how much money I was going to make, $627 a month. That was base pay back in '87.
Right.
I'm like, man, I could buy a truck with that.
Really? Again, I wouldn't have expected that from you.
And so, of course, Jennifer and I were dating, and so I decided to join. So I joined, and she had a scholarship to Georgia Southwestern, a band scholarship, so she was going to school on that. So we decided to let her finish school and before we figure out what we were going to do. So I get the basic training. My first phone call home is,
Are you married, man?
you want to get married? No, one dad is like, you want to get married?
Very romantic.
Well,
So,
I had tried to talk him into getting married before you
I
ever
didn't
left.
romantically propose to her.
You tried to?
I did. I asked
You
him
wouldn't go for it yet?
because he wanted me to go to school, and I kept telling him when you get
She
married.
had a good opportunity to go to school. I wasn't going to stop her from doing that.
Till you got boot camp.
And then I was like,
Then you were ready to. Okay, whoa.
He didn't realize he didn't like folding underwear and socks.
I'm like, man, I seen a woman that could cook and clean and takes care of the house and it looked like she enjoyed doing it. And I'm supposed to be doing this on my own because my mom did everything for me growing up.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. I would have figured you'd be a big helper around the house. Vacuuming and cooking.
No, I stayed in the yard doing man things. That's what we.
I'll bet you did.
First time, when we first started dating, he was rebuilding a motor to what was that car?
A truck.
No, it was a car. What was that, Le Mans or Impala? Something.
Fairlane.
Gremlin?
Whatever.
No, I know what a gremlin is.
Yeah, I know you do.
So I sent her $300 home, told her to go buy a wedding band and an engagement ring.
Go get yourself something nice. You said her to get.
That's just the romantic.
Go to Sears and get yourself
25 years later, I'm still waiting.
Go to Sears Roebuck and go get yourself something real pretty.
Yeah.
Wait for the Wells Fargo wagon to come around and go ahead and get yourself
So we looking back, it's like, what were we thinking?
We do. We look back and we think, because
Got
when
married
we
at
got
18.
married,
Because I joined at 17.
and when we got married, and of course now, after having gone through all this, we made sure that our kids knew what not to do.
Right. Financial
I mean,
responsibility.
But when we got married, literally, because he had the truck payment that he had, and then of course you have the insurance on top of that, and I had to work just to pay for insurance.
Because when I told my mom, mom was paying the insurance on my truck, and they said, well, when you get married, you got it.
Yeah.
So she had to work full time just to pay the insurance on the truck.
And then when was it that you were hooking?
Hooking what?
I forget. Oh, she didn't know? Oh. You didn't know he was a male prostitute?
Oh my gosh, he was not.
Which years was that again?
Oh my God.
When we were in, because listen, I'm ignoring him. When we got married,
You can edit.
Why not highly offensive?
You can edit that really easy, you
Why
know.
would you edit that?
when we got married, our first station was Fort Worth, right? So we went to the mall.
You were like, I gotta go to the city?
Yeah, really.
You're stationed in the city?
I mean, you got to think where we're from.
Yeah.
It is 2-lane back roads.
That's your world, man. You don't know.
I lived on a dirt road. Literally lived on a dirt road. When you talk about snow days in New York, we had redneck snow days. Do you know what those are? okay, Redneck Snow Day is where it rains so much that the buses can't get down the dirt roads to pick up kids, so they cancel school.
I thought you were gonna
Not lying.
I thought you were gonna say your mule gets stuck in the mud.
No, the bus.
You can't. Okay.
No, we weren't. Anyway, so
Alright.
when we first got married, we were in Fort Worth. Went to the mall for something. Well, we're leaving the mall, and all of a sudden this kid comes running across the road.
This is my first achievement medal in the Air Force. Listen to this.
Comes running across the road. Somebody else is running. Greg pulls off the road, goes running after this kid, tackles him. Literally tackles him. Come to find out the kid had stolen socks and something else.
No, the police officer was undercover, that was chasing him, actually stopped us and jumped in the back of the truck.
Oh, that's right.
And he was out of breath, so we had to run him down in the truck, and then of course he ran across the median and the truck couldn't go over there, and the guy said, "You run, go get him because I'm tired." So I jumped out of the stupid as I was to do this. This guy could have had a gun or whatever, so I jump out of the truck, I'll run after him, haul him down. And the cop comes up and cuffs him and everything. The thing is, he stole like a little, what was the balls that you kick with your feet back then?
A kickball.
No.
Hacky sack?
Hack and sack or whatever.
Oh, soccer ball.
No,
The
it's
hacky
a,
sack
hacky
thing.
sack.
yeah, hacky sack. That's what he stole.
How did you know the cop was the cop? And
He showed me his
bad guy was the
badge.
bad
He
guy?
showed me his badge.
Huh.
The next thing you know, the guy turned it into the base, and I got an achievement medal out of it. My first achievement medal.
That's pretty
I'll have
cool.
to let you read it.
That's pretty neat. I'd like to read it. Does it say hacky sack in the medal?
No, it says that I rendered aid to a Fort Worth police officer.
But it's just funny because,
I'm
where
gonna
if you're from the city, you would think twice maybe about doing something like that. But where we're
Oh
from,
yeah, people are
Where
running
we're from, you just bust a cap in his ass. You said your mama should have taught you better.
Right. Yeah.
but where we're from, it's
You
just...
pulled the shotgun out of the back glass of your truck and drew a bead on him.
Yeah.
Been it. Wasn't no running.
Shotgun out the back of your truck.
Or you turn a dog loose on him.
You're so full of it.
Pull the shotgun out the back of your truck. That sums it all up right there.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
pull the shotgun
We did,
out
we
the
grew
back
up.
of your truck.
You drove truck, and literally had a gun rack on the back window, and you had shotguns.
You know what?
Had you
Growing
shot-
up, I didn't know anyone with a truck.
Really?
I did not know anyone with a truck. I didn't know anyone who had a shotgun. Maybe a couple people might have had a gun, but it's certainly nobody knew. Their parents didn't know or anything. Nobody.
Really?
Nobody. And country music, we had one country station, and it was on the AM. Swear, WHN, 1050 WHN. There was no FM country music, zero. And yeah, guns, none, no chance.
That is
Zero chance.
funny.
The only people who had a gun, were real criminals, like bank robbers. and
Where
stuff.
we're from,
It was
You know.
normal.
kids would, you're talking about all this gun stuff that's
Yeah.
going on now, but kids would get up in the morning when deer season was in season and go deer hunting, and then they would come right to school from deer hunting. They'd have their
Right.
rifle and their
Yeah.
shotgun or whatever in their truck of their car. It wasn't no big deal. You
Right.
used to, you'd have a pocket knife. Nobody cared,
Yeah.
I can remember the first real fight or real incident at our high school was
Yeah,
when we were
somebody got
seniors.
shanked.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't, that was a big, huge thing because it was and that was the only time
Yeah.
in our 5 years, because high school again was 5 years for us, in our 5 years. That's eighth
The
grade.
South, I know.
8th grade was high school, that's why.
You just keep setting them up, I'll just keep.
But I'm just saying, in 5 years, that was the
Right.
only thing that we had happen was that one thing. I mean,
Yeah. And you know what? Not one person I knew hunted. Not
Imagine
one.
that.
Not one. No, really, not
where
one.
are you gonna hunt in New
Have
York?
you ever-
Well, you can go upstate and go
You ever
hunting.
been
You just
fishing?
drive,
You ever been fishing?
The first time I went fishing, I was probably 20 years old, and it was a joke of an attempt. It wasn't really fishing.
Really?
It was really just go stand at the bay and,
Well,
we didn't have real bait or
If
anything.
we get out on this food truck and we have some free time,
I had a shiver.
we're gonna go fishing.
A goose walked
I
across the
had a
bridge.
shiver.
A goose walked across the bridge.
I'm gonna take you fishing.
I don't know about no goose,
You're gonna take me.
I'm gonna
You
take
know
you
that
fishing.
expression, right? Yeah.
but not a goose. But it's just somebody walk across my
No, I thought
grave.
it's a goose. If a goose walks across your grave.
I was trying to have a moment with him.
Okay.
Okay, isn't the expression if a goose walks across your grave, you get a shiver?
What?
I ain't never heard no goose.
I thought that's the expression.
It's no, but if it's somebody just walks across my grave,
I thought it's a goose. If a goose walks
it's
across
not
your
a goose.
I'm pretty sure it's a goose. What's up with all the geese? What's up with all these geese? Oh, alright, wait. So we're going fishing?
Yeah, we'll stop and go fishing. We'll bring some fishing poles.
Fishing
Some
poles,
fishing rods. Yeah. We're gonna have time in between. We'll stop. We find a lake or whatever.
We'll go noodling.
What
can
the
do
heck
that.
is noodling?
Yeah,
you wanna do that?
You don't know what noodling is?
Noodling. I'm thinking
Okay.
of spooning still over here.
Okay.
I know what noodling is.
Me and Greg are gonna go noodling.
We
You
could.
know catfish when you stick your hand in the mouth?
You bait them with
And
your
then-
hand.
Oh.
We're gonna go noodling for catfish.
But I've never done that,
You
so
don't
I don't
do?
know that I can do that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that I have the skill set to do it.
But I get the skill set. Could you really have the
If I knew how to do it,
stick your
I'd
hand
do
down
it.
and deep into one of them big old catfish's mouth? There's not a chance I can do that. There's no way I would do that.
I would want to do
Alright, but
it.
we'll go
I mean,
fishing.
I wouldn't. Yeah, we'll take you fishing.
And if we go to New York, I'll take you bum tipping.
I'm not going bum tipping. That's just not
That's
right.
just mean.
That's
What an adrenaline rush.
You're mean, man.
That's not right.
Oh no, but it's not mean to kill a fish.
You just ate fish. You just ate a whole salmon.
It was different. It was already dead.
But what do you think it came from? Somebody had to catch it.
Yeah, but I didn't have to.
Oh.
I didn't have to.
Where do you
kill
think food comes from?
it. You know,
Not
supermarket.
Kroger.
The supermarket.
Not the Piggly Wiggly.
Supermarket.
No, not Kroger, not the Piggly Wiggly.
Not the
because
Kroger?
I'm not from the South. They come from supermarkets, normal, regular places.
What is a supermarket to you?
The supermarket is like, Pathmark, King Cullen, A&P, ShopRite, Wegmans.
Oh, I know Wegmans.
Wegmans is good.
They had one of those in
They had
DC
those.
when we went to visit
Oh,
Chandler
yeah, that's
and
a cool
Julia.
store.
I'm well aware of
Love
that.
That's a
Wegmans.
cool
We
store.
scoped it out.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Love Wegmans.
Whole
Oh,
Foods.
yeah, we like Whole Foods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Wegmans is great. I know this. It's pretty close to Andrews.
it is.
Mhm, yeah, it's
That's
not
where
too
the
far.
I've scoped it out already.
That's
Yeah,
where-
they love to go to
That's
Wegmans.
where the
Yeah.
kids shop.
Yeah, I mean it's great.